You're watching Packers Total Access Live, your daily source for Green Bay Packers content, created for the fans by the fans. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know whenever we go live. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Packers_access. Go Pack Go. Enjoy the show.
What's up, guys? Welcome into Packers Total Access. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on Packernet.com. Find me on Twitter at Packers_access. Email us, PackersTotalAccess@gmail.com. You can text us, 865-658-5824. Join alongside Tim in Green Bay. We got Carly Ray in Wisconsin, and we had a shirtless Emilio who will be joining us here shortly.
We're going to give him some
what all that was about, but he'll be back. Unfortunately, Emilio will be back. He'll be on here shortly. All right, so let's do this. Let's get this party started right. We got a lot to get to, but the most important part is giving a shout out to the good folks over at Ticket King, the official ticket provider of Packer Fan Total Access Live. Wisconsin-based since '92, specializing in Packers tickets. They're Wisconsin's largest ticket source with offices next to Lambeau and in Milwaukee. Click on the link in the video description. That'll send you to their website, theticketking.com. You can register as a customer. Go ahead and start shopping around for your Packers tickets. Again, that's Ticket King, the official ticket provider of Packer Fan Total Access Live. All right, like I said, we got a lot to get into. We got Chalk Talk tonight. I know Carly's going to give us a fantasy football update. We've also got a couple questions from the Patreon group. There's a couple things I wanted to hit on the text line, too. Everything is going nuts. Don't think I'll be able to get to the text line tonight, but we definitely want to hit those on the Patreon for sure. So, yeah, let's just get into it. Carly, you got us an update here. Is it playoff season officially for fantasy, or is it right around the corner, or what?
It is officially playoffs this upcoming week. We
playoffs? Don't talk.
You got to warn me that those are coming. We need a little signal or something, so I don't keep talking.
That's part of the rule here, Carly. We don't.
That would be too professional.
Yeah, exactly. This show sucks.
Of course it does. Well, what did not suck this final week, thankfully, was my matchup with United Bates. I squeaked by in a margin of 2.8 points, I believe. I beat him, beat Michael with United Bates to get into the consolation quarterfinals. So I was pretty pumped about that. It came down to about the last 5 minutes of the Bears game last night. So that was kind of crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Then we had Dane Stromstad, who was victorious over the immunizers, Jordan T, with almost 100-point differential in that one. I forgot to look up and see who the players were, but that was a crazy game. Huh? And then Jake G 126, he solidified his appearance in the championship quarterfinals by beating Pack Daddy Mark, who is now in 11th place. And then Chris with Christen's Nose Candy lost to Chris airing it out, who got himself into first place.
These team names are out of control.
Chris N just chimed in and said, I got my ass kicked. Appreciate the honesty there, Chris. Go ahead, Carl.
Yeah, all right. And then the other three matchups, Trevor from Virginia beat Numbskulls 204 to 147. We had Hunka Hunka Burnin' Love beat Mike's Marvelous Team, who is officially out of the league he missed the toilet bowl. And then Dave C was victorious over Pack and Cheese, who has just given up on the season, we figured. So he doesn't really count anymore.
Yeah, 42 points. I hope he give up. If he didn't give up, we need to revoke his ownership for sure. Because
he's over there like
on my knee.
That's a rough look right there, boys. That's a real rough look.
So this week, the championship quarterfinal will be Chris with airing it out. He's got a first week bye, as well as Hunka Hunka Burnin' Love also has a first week bye. They are in first and second place now after last week. They made it up to match up with Numbskulls. And then we got Immunizers and Numbskulls going together 5 and 4, and then Jake G and Trevor from Virginia are the 6 seed and 3 seed.
Nice. I love it. Playoff football in full effect.
I don't know if you guys
playoffs.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be the death of me. I don't know about if you guys care so much about the consolation quarterfinal because it's all the losers, but Bates does have a bye.
Did you just say I don't know if y'all care about the losers or not?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Carl. Yeah, we care about them. Everybody matters here. Everybody gets a trophy.
Everybody gets a trophy. Yes. Well, We got Bates, who's got the bye, and Chris N's Nose Candy also has a bye. Dane Stromstad and Pack Daddy, and then I am going against Dave C. So we will see what happens. Some of us will be out after this week, and some of them coming back in. So it'll be a fun time.
Here's what I was thinking for the last place winner. We were talking about got to make them do something embarrassing, or you know what I mean. I've got an autographed Devondre Campbell jersey. Here's what I think we should do, and you guys tell me what you think about it. What if we made the last place person? I'm going to send them that jersey. They're going to put it on. They're going to take a picture of them wearing it, and they're going to tweet at Devondre Campbell and say, "Hey Dre, the Packers did you dirty, man. You should still be in Green Bay," something like that. What do you think?
Oh my God!
Could you imagine them getting roasted on Twitter? That's like, come on. Listen, I went to
bad.
school.
That's bad.
I grew up in the '90s when bullying was a real thing. We need to do this. We need to make this happen, man. We can do this.
I love it, Clayton.
All right,
champion of the toilet bowl gets the Devondre Campbell jersey.
Oh, I like that even better. I like that champion of the toilet bowl, not the loser, but that person actually wins the toilet bowl.
And now everybody's just going to pull the players out of the lineup.
No, we can't do that because you don't want to incentivize progress with that prize, right? You got to give it to the bottom of the barrel for sure, like Clayton said.
Exactly. All right. Any other updates there? Anything else you want to hit on the fantasy front, Carly?
Not on the fantasy front, but what I did want to say, guys, is that the Vikings will be playing the Packers in Minneapolis on the 28th, I think, or the 29th, Sunday at noon, after Christmas. And if people are up for it, I will host a get together in Hudson, Wisconsin, right on the border there, to watch the game. A Western Wisconsin PTA posse hangout at B-Dubs or something like that, if people are interested.
Ooh.
That would be great, man.
B-Dubs right there, Carly. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do. We will take it over.
Love it. Hey, I like it. So, yeah, let's do it. Let's get organized with it for sure. Mandy was trying to talk me into going to Monday Night Football this week. Like she was, she had the airplane cord up and everything.
That hard to talk you into that, right?
Here's the deal. I was on board too. I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's do it. But it's like we're going to be flying back on Christmas Eve if we do it. It's like, man. That's tough, right? Because we got family.
Worst travel day of the year, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna miss that game. I was thinking she had me talked into it, but anyway, let's hit the Patreon group real quick. Shout out to everybody in the Patreon group. Thank you guys so much, guys and gals, so much for supporting the show here. Nebraska Rev with the first question said, and we're gonna get to chalk talk. I promise, guys. We're gonna rapid fire here. Nebraska Rev said, "What are your thoughts on the cornerback room? I'm thinking renegotiate with Jair and hopefully get a more team-friendly contract. Then go with Carrington and K9, Stokes and King, and bring in a corner who can be our starting slot corner? Or do you think Bullard is a true slot corner? Is Stokes good enough to be a backup?" So pretty much asking about the state of the cornerback room. My opinion, and I'll get your all's take, what I would like to see happen is them go to Jair and try to do some kind of restructure. Now, listen, you can restructure and try to get a discount, but give him guaranteed money that makes it more incentivized for him to take that restructure. Or you can play hardball and say, listen, bub, you played less than 50% of the damn snaps. Let's do something here. Let's you understand where we're coming from, right? And if he does play hardball, then you potentially explore a trade or something, right? It'll probably be, if they do a renegotiation, it'll be, the aforementioned, hey, let's put some guaranteed money in your pocket. Let's free up a little cap space here, that type of thing. Long-term, saving the Packers money and basically guaranteeing a little bit more of the contract for Jair. That's probably what would happen. Now, in terms of Stokes, if he's willing to take backup money, absolutely, I want him back. If he's willing to take, a little over the league minimum, sure. And then you've got the freedom to cut him if you do replace him. In terms of the slot defender position, I personally think that Keyshawn's better on the outside than the slot. It seems like this year's kind of unveiled that to us. I'm not huge on Bullard in the slot personally. Love his run defense, but I think we can do better in the slot. So I'm totally on board with going and trying to draft a slot defender. Not necessarily in the first round, just depends on when that slot defender is the best player available when we get to whatever round it may be where the stars line up. But what do you guys take on that right there, the cornerback room? Go ahead, Tim. You start above.
Man, I'm with you, man. I'm kind of on the fence with Bullard in the slot myself, and I agree. I think this season has shown us that that Keyshawn can play a boundary, man, and it might be his strong suit. And if you look at it that way, you restructure Jair, you got Keyshawn on the outside, you get Carrington Valentine in the fold, and I do think Stokes is a decent backup option, again, if he's willing to take the contract that the Packers want to give him. If not, then he might be a guy you got to let him just test the market, right? But Kalen King, we haven't seen anything, so who knows? And I say go to the draft and go to free agency and look for a true slot, at the end of the day, because maybe Javon Bullard is better suited playing safety. Let's be honest, and if K9 is better on the boundary, then we might already have, 85 to 90% of that formula figured out. We just got to get the personnel kind of organized. So I think we look for a true slot, maybe in the draft or in the free agency.
Yeah, I can see that too.
I do like that, Tim. My only thing is, like, if we can get Bullard like a full year at slot, maybe it'll turn out a little differently. We've asked him, to jump from deep to, post to come down in the slot. And if we want Evan on the field too, it's, who's going to be playing safety if we also have to have X on the field. So Ideally, if Bullard's our athlete, and Evans showed up to be what he is out of that 4th round, I'd like Bullard to play slot if he could hammer it down. But I think that he's going to need a whole year, working at it. I think getting off the, not having to go through the rookie, all the draft and all that stuff this year. I think he'll be better shape next year, coming off an injury and everything. So I wouldn't be opposed to Bullard still playing the slot. I know that's just a different take on it as well.
Yeah, me personally, I like Bullard as that spur safety. That's me. That guy that plays in the box, but he's not necessarily in man coverage against a slot receiver type thing. Right. I think that's where he really shines. And when you put him at the slot, you still get some of those elements in the run defense aspect. But him having to cover man coverage against a slot receiver, I think, is just asking too much of him. And again, it's his rookie year. He may be able to get a full year of development and be just fine. Carly, what's your take on it?
I just don't think I've seen Bullard enough in the slot to feel really confident with him in that. I do think giving him more time and letting him develop would be a good idea. And I do like K9 in on the boundary. I think he's really shined there, and it's been exciting to see him really step it up.
Yeah, I completely agree. All right, Ron Samble, the other question here says, hey, Clayton, although we probably have gone through this at one time, could you explain inverted cover 2? Does this change how the middle of the field is defended? And again, shout out to everybody in the Patreon groups. Thank you for the questions. What I'm going to do to answer this question on an invert 2, I'm going to close that out, and we're going to go ahead and put up the Chalk Talk screen here real quick, and I'll just draw it out on this first grab that we got here. You guys can see that okay, right?
Yep. Yes.
All right, good. Is it completely full screen? I feel like we had it down to a science at one point. Let's see if we can get that stretched on out here. I don't know if we can or not, to be honest with you. Oh, looky here. Looky here. Let's go. How about that? Not did it change? Oh, what just happened? Thought we had it. I think it just keeps shifting back. That's probably what's going on here. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's try it one more time because it looked like it was going to go full screen for us.
There we go.
Yeah, that's better, right? We're kind of tiny here, right? Munchkin Bill over here, but that'd be all right. So when we're talking invert 2, and this is not the best diagram to draw it up because we're actually mugging the A gap. This is a double mug look here. When we're talking about a normal cover 2, here are your safeties, right? Right here. Let's go red so you can see a little bit better. There are your safeties. So if you're in a normal cover 2 zone, this safety would have deep half of the field. This safety would have deep half of the field. Okay. And then everyone else underneath the zone, right? Underneath, if they weren't, actually blitzing underneath. That's what you got 5 defenders underneath and underneath zone. And then you got 2 safeties up top, split in half responsibility. So when you talk about an invert 2, what would happen is this safety would come down, cover short. This safety would come down, cover short. The corner is covering deep half. The corner is covering deep half. That makes sense. And then you got the guys underneath and in between that would, maybe kick over here and possibly kick down here, that type of thing. So you're still getting 5 underneath. The only difference is the safeties are going to drop in underneath coverage and the outside corners are actually covering deep half. That's called invert 2. Now, we've seen them mix and match before, specifically last year, New Year's Eve against the Vikings, where this safety may go deep half. This guy sit underneath. This guy covers deep half, and he buzzes down. So that's like a half invert, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime there's one corner covering deep half on one side of the field, I'm always going to refer to it as invert because there's an invert element to it. Does that make sense, guys?
Yep.
Right. So there you go.
What X was talking about, right? How they were able to scheme up and kind of get Gino and their backup guessing about what they're seeing out there. Not seeing ghosts per se, but with the sim pressure and then them floating around, changing up where they're at, pre-post snap, it works out.
Yeah, definitely. And Ron Sample says, thanks for drawing it out. Helps a lot. Absolutely, Ron. I would not have been able to explain it. I'm too, for lack of a better word, dumb to explain it well enough without drawing like a 3-year-old with a crayon. You know what I mean? How I roll. So, all right, good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right, let's move on to Chalk Talk. What's the time? What time are we at right now?
15:53.
Not bad. We got this. We can do this because there's a lot to cover here. I'm excited about hitting it though. It was a fun game to break down. Let's go over the key elements here. First of all, our PTA Offensive Player of the Week is Josh Jacobs, voted on by the fans. PTA Defensive Player of the Week, surprise, surprise, Edgerrin Cooper. I mean, he ran away with it. Over 80% of the vote. No surprise, right? Week 15, Green Bay defeats the Seattle Seahawks 30-13. The turnover differential, Green Bay won 2-1. Green Bay wins the middle 8, 3-0. Green Bay wins the explosive play battle 6-3. And the first down passing statistics were Green Bay Packers were 7 of 8 on first down passing. Very, very efficient in the passing game on first downs for sure. So let's go to the first play here. First quarter. Actually, let me just mention this before we get to the first play. The opening drive, there's no plays from the opening drive. Okay. And the reason being there were no explosives. It was literally like a 10-play drive right down the field. We would be showing a 3-yard gain, a 6-yard gain, a 5-yard gain, a 4-yard gain. It's a great thing, and it's why I'm mentioning it, right? I didn't want it to just get brushed to the side. It was just Jordan Love picking the defense apart. It was absolutely awesome. So 10-play, 63-yard drive, and it led to a Josh Jacobs 1-yard touchdown run that gives Green Bay the 7-0 lead. Now we're going to pick up first quarter, 7:31 left. This is a 3rd and 4 play from their own 36-yard or 46-yard line. This is the Edgerrin Cooper sack. Green Bay's leading 7-0. The play call is nickel 4-2-5, double A sugar, cover 6, mock T 55 drop. Okay, and let's kind of talk about what all that means. First of all, nickel 4-2-5. It's kind of hard to locate it here with all the chaos in the middle. Your nickel 4-2-5 is 1, 2, 3, 4 linemen, okay? And then we'll go blue for the backers, all right? Your backers are right here. They're mugging the A gap. That's what we call double barrel or double A sugar. And we're saying
Coffee house.
What's that?
Coffee house, I think is what Matt was calling it.
Yep, absolutely. That's another term that we learned this year. Now, double A sugar, that's what that means. They're showing blitz in the middle of the field, okay, right here in the A gap. They're looking to bring a blitz, A gap on both sides. Now, whether they do or not, let's talk about the rest of the play. Cover 6. What's a cover 6? Half the field is cover 4. The other half is cover 2. So in this case, I love this call too with Xavier McKinney because he's got the awareness and the ability to cover half the field, right? Yep. So you're giving him half responsibilities. This side is cover 2. Down here is cover, or up here is cover 4. So they're responsible for quarters each up top. All right. Now, when we say 55 drop, we're talking about the double A sugar. Let's talk about, first of all, let's go mock T right. What it means is the mock backer is going to blitz and they're going to run a stunt with the tackle on his side. So in this case, the mock, how do you identify the mock? You got to find the tight end, right? The tight end is here. So that makes the linebacker closest to him in a nickel 4-2-5, the mock. That's Edgerrin Cooper. He's going to go first. He's going to cross the face of the guard here and allow Kenny to loop around. All right. That's what we're talking about with the mock T. You say mock first. He's the first one to go. The T is going to loop off of him. So it's a mock T and then 55 drop. Number 55 is our boy Kingsley Enagbare is actually going to drop into coverage. So that's the look that you're given here. Okay. Again, here, and we may be a little bit off on the zone. He's going to play a little underneath zone and kind of carry it just a touch. And the will is actually going to, in this case, it might have been Eric. No, it's probably Quay. I imagine it's Quay is going to drop down in here. Okay. So again, You've got half the field deep is cover 4. The other half is 2. That's the cover 6 element. We explained the mock T and the 55 drop is it's a fire zone blitz. Your defensive end is dropping into coverage. Guys, it's hilarious. We knew that every defense in the league drops defensive ends and edge defenders into coverage, and we made jokes about it. Boy, they're going to be mad next year. Halfley has done it way more than Joe Barry ever thought about doing this year, and it's hilarious that it's working. So, all right, let's roll the tape here. And I'm going to try not to talk too much. I want to get y'all's take on it, but we got a lot to cover here. So you see Quay drops out underneath, right? You see 55 just flipping his hips. He's just looking to take a hot away if he needs to. When we get to the box cam, you're really going to be able to see the pressure that's generated. And the beautiful thing, like, look at all the coverage, guys. Everything's covered up. I love how Valentine, he did it all day long. It's no reason when you go back and watch the tape, you can see why PFF graded him so high. He broke off of his coverage so many times to take the more dangerous threat away. That's how he ends up getting the interception. We'll show you later in the game. Just a phenomenal job. But everything's covered up here, right? And what's looking to develop is across the middle of the field. But there's no time. Everybody's already in his face, right? And he's sacked. We're going to show you the box cam now so you can get a little bit better look here. But
I mean, we always talk about pressure pick, coverage sack, right? This is one of those kind of, it's a pressure sack and a coverage sack at the same time because there's just nowhere for Geno to even look to go with the ball at all. And the coverage is tight, and then the pass rush gets home, and you got to love it.
Yeah. What's beautiful about this, too, is like Edgerrin Cooper is going to cross the face, and typically he takes a double team with him, and Kenny's going to be kind of – if he's got enough space, he may go ahead and blitz. But if they slide the protection back to Kenny, then he's just going to kind of play a little touch spy. Don't get too aggressive. If he's looking to flush out the center of the pocket, then you just stand your ground, right? Edgerrin Cooper beats the double team and still makes it to the quarterback. And, of course, Gary is really going to compress. I think that's Gary on that side. Yeah. 55 is going to drop out like we talked about, and Devontae Wyatt's going to work this side here. So it's a 4-man pressure, right? It's a 4-man rush, and we're given the illusion of a 6-man.
We ran sim pressures all game long, dude. Hafley loves it. He lives off of it.
And look at Edgerrin Cooper going to get a little rib shot here. Bang, right there on the guard, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he just gave him that little hip check, knocked him off. And now the running back is picking up Kenny. Now look at 51 slides over. But again, our boy Edgerrin Cooper coming free all over the quarterback.
Because at the beginning, the running back's man was Edgerrin Cooper. Once he gave that punch on the hips there, the guard has no base at that point. Hey, did you? I don't know if you saw it on the Packers. Larry McCarron did a little breakdown of it, and you saw it. Coop, they have the flip camera angle. You saw Coop punch him on the hip, shove him out of the way. The back tries to pick Coop up, realizes Kenny's coming around, and it's over because then Coop just gets skinny right in between them, and Geno's done for.
Yeah, and I love Rashawn Gary just putting the left tackles. I mean, just butt cheek to butt cheek with Geno right here. Look at that.
Right.
There's nothing he can do. He's already feeling the pressure there, and Edgerrin Cooper's about to eat his lunch.
Mm-hmm. So many different guys executing on this play. I mean, look at Kenny. Kenny getting to the outside shoulder of 26 there and occupying those two. That's what froze Geno, and he couldn't get to a read. And that gave these guys time, Rashawn and Cooper to just collapse. It's just awesome.
Was that Brooks or Wyatt that pushed that double team all the way back to Geno?
Wyatt. Pretty sure it's Wyatt.
Yeah,
95. Yep.
Dude,
yeah,
he had the double team the whole time. He's like, you know what? I'm done with both of you.
It just walks up right back there. And I love, too, he had the awareness as well to okay, you don't want to get too aggressive. Like you see him breaking off.
Getting ready to get out. Yep.
Yeah, don't worry. This ain't a hold. Don't even worry about focusing on that, right? So he was ready to kind of contain there if Geno decides to scramble. So just a great play call, great execution. Like Tim said, everybody across the board did their job. So excellent play there. Again, that was on a 3rd and 4, so you got it. That led to a punt, right? So drive stalled there for the Seahawks. Next play, first quarter, 6:43 left. 1st and 10 from their own 20. This is Jordan Love to Josh Jacobs for 21 yards. Green Bay's leading 7-0. This is my favorite play of the game, man. This play right here to me won Josh Jacobs the offensive player of the game. If it wasn't for this play, Jordan probably wins it, to be honest with you. But this is awesome. We come out in 12A strong left, twin nasty. We're going to go 22 fake, Y curl, slot cross, U leak, T cut. Again, 12A, strong left, twin nasty, 22 fake, Y curl, slot cross, U leak, T cut. All right. So when we're talking 22 fake, that's A gap right. So we're going to fake a handoff here, A gap right, and we're actually going to keep it and pass the ball. So with the Y curl, the Y is the tight end on the line of scrimmage, that traditional tight end. He's just going to come out here and run a curl. That's Tucker Kraft, okay? Slot cross on this side, you guys know this is one of Matt LaFleur's favorite concepts. It's going to be a climb here and then a dig off the backside of it, all right? Now what's beautiful is the U is going to block, and then he's going to leak out in the flat. So you give an underneath option over here. If the defense over pursues, whether it's on the play fake or biting on the slot cross, you got a safety valve on the left side. Now, when it comes to the running back, after that 22 fake, what he's going to do is run a little cut route now and get out here. And the ball is actually going to go to him on the cut. Again, that's 12A, strong left, twin nasty, 22 fake, Y curl, slot cross, U leak, T cut. Watch the running back here. Watch Josh Jacobs on this play. This is just phenomenal. Great play fake, first of all, by Jordan Love, right? And you see everything start to develop. Now look at your leak up here. If he gets in trouble, you got him leaking out. You got all this space, right? You got your safety valve. But he sees here, after he stares down the middle of the field, he's looking, and what's he got? He's got our boy Josh Jacobs. Let's just dump it off. Now, hat on a hat, right? Look at this. Cut inside, gone. Now, this is the best part right here, boys. Watch this poor victim right here. Look at Josh Jacobs. Bang. Look at this.
He's doing cartwheels over there.
And that, Carly, that's a linebacker. I was telling them yesterday, I thought it was a safety. I'm like, that's a grown-ass man linebacker right there. Right? Gets upended. Great job, too, by the receivers, not throwing a block in the back there, just getting in the way just enough. Mm-hmm. This angle right here is beautiful to see him just absolutely.
I want to say Tyrese Knight's a rookie, too, wasn't he? Didn't we take him a couple times in the drafts?
It sounds familiar for sure.
Yeah.
So, again, watch the cut.
Quick decision by Jordan, dude. He has gotten so much better at that as the year's gone on. Like he's just, let's not worry about forcing it. Get it done. Get the ball moving. Get it to your playmakers. 4-yard pass turned into 20. You know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep. And like Clayton, when you say hat on a hat, like right there, on that, right at that first move right there, I mean, 80% of the time, Josh Jacobs is winning that. Guaranteed. And then to see him get to the next level after cooking this guy. And just lower the boom like that on a linebacker. It's just, how do you not love Josh Jacobs? Like, I don't want to meet the person that doesn't love his game.
What's crazy, too, is like the corner here, I think that's a corner, it might be a safety, played with great technique, play the outside shoulder, force him back to your help. The problem is Josh Jacobs doesn't care who your help is. He's just going to run him over.
Yep.
Bang. Get off me, little boy.
Another good hard cut there, though, before he lowers the shoulder. That's what's so nasty about it.
It's awesome, dude. Love it. So, again, Matt LaFleur was in his bag, but, boy, Josh Jacobs, everybody looks at the numbers and however many carries it was, and he was under 100 yards, and it looks like, oh, man, they really shut the run down. But they conveniently leave out what he did in the passing game. 4 targets, 4 catches, over 40 yards, just a ton of extra yardage after contact. Phenomenal job in the passing game for sure. So, all right, next play. First quarter, 4:39 left, 1st and 10 at Seattle's 49. This is the same drive, guys. We're up 7-0. Here's Josh Jacobs again, a 19-yard run. The play call is 11 ace nasty, Trey left, shift to dubs, F-jet fake, 23 duo. So basically what's going to happen is you've got Jaden Reed as your F receiver. He's going to come across with some pre-snap motion and fake a jet. What that does is get these linebackers out here really looking in the backfield, right, with that motion. So when you're going to fake him across, and first of all, when we say Trey left, notice the tight end. I'll do it in blue here. See how they were in 3 set to the left, one of which is a tight end that's called Trey. He's going to pre-snap move over even before the ball snapped and come to a dub nasty look. Everybody's in nasty splits. So you do the jet fake to give a little eye candy, and then we're just going to keep it really, really simple and go 23 duo, which is essentially basically A to B gap on the left. Now, when we talk about duo, what's that mean? Double, right? It means 2 double teams on the offensive line, and they're trying to reach block to the next level. It's a bully play is what it is, and it's really cheating. When you line up in nasty splits and then you bring the F over, And listen, we handed the ball to Jaden Reed 3 times on F Jets, and he ended up averaging like over 9 yards a pop, right?
Yep.
So it was very effective. It seemed like we went to it after they started to stop the run, right? When they started really allocating more resources to stopping the run. But this eye candy is everything. Let's watch it play out here. So again, that shift right there, what did that do? Notice the defensive line. It sounds silly, but you're seeing more of this from LaFleur. Come out in a normal set, right? Then you're going to shift over to Dubs. Now they have to shift to the right. Notice they shifted to the right, and where's the ball go? It ends up going A to B left.
Weak
right?
side.
Yep. So on top of that, you just made them shift to the weak side, the side you're going to run. They shifted away from where you're going to run. Now you're going to bring jet motion behind it, and watch their backers on this too. So here comes the jet. Look at everybody shift.
You have
now,
to respect it. You have to respect
you got now, man. Yeah, you have to. You have to. You're right. And right here, look at the duo. You see what I'm talking about? Double. And they were just, I mean, look how far they're pushing the defensive line off the ball right there. And, of course, Josh Jacobs, no wasted motion whatsoever. Let's just get out here and make a play. 19 yards. Another explosive. 2 explosives on one drive from Josh Jacobs. One in the passing game, the other in the running game.
And that explosive run sets up Jaden Reed later. Like if you don't have that, if you don't have a hard sell or a good play like that to really force the defense's hands, then they're like, all right, well, screw the jet. I'm not going to worry about that this time. I need to stop Josh. He's killing us.
Right.
Yep. And then that's when you call the same play, but then you actually run the play action.
Do that all the time in college football, Tim. Set up the zone read and just a jet motion 4 times. Hit him with the touch pass. It's over.
Yep.
So what's the double set up here, right? You see the double, okay? Double. Now I want you to watch as our boy Elton Jenkins pulls off the double. It should be on this side right here. Watch him pull off the double. Let's go super slow motion here. Look at Elton. Bang, on 2. That's what you're talking about. Vertical power off of a 2 double teams, a duo look. That's what duo is. The 2 distinguishing factors for duo play, because it gets mixed up with zone, because it is kind of a zone run. That's why I said A to B. I called a 23 here because it felt like it was more B than A design. But the 2 factors that you're looking for is 2 double teams, and you're looking to get vertical power displacement. And you may not get that vertical power. And I think that's why more people just look at 2 double teams and say, hey, it's duo. Because sometimes you can't get to that spot, and you just top priority is securing that double team, right? Then if you've got extra time, you get to the next level. And Elton Jenkins here, boys, could you imagine being that DB and him getting calls on you? Like, that is horrible. That's scary out there.
He's like, please just get by me. Hopefully the play goes away.
You see him turn his hip, right? Yeah. He kind of just ran himself out of the play.
Yeah, I'm setting the edge.
Sorry, coach. I got too aggressive there. My bad.
Yeah.
It's all right. Next play. Second quarter, 13:43 left.
Here's a tutter.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. First quarter, 1:54 left. Second and 8 play at Seattle's 13-yard line. This is Jordan Love to Romeo Dobbs for one of Dobbs' 2 touchdown catches. It's a 13-yard touchdown catch. The play call is 12 gun empty, tray load right, F orbit, lead swing, X slant. This is really cool. So when you hear us say tray load, what that means is you've got an empty set, and both the tight end and the T, which is the tailback, is going to be on the same side of the field. If we don't say load on that, like if we just said tray right, we would probably say tray right, T weak, right? And what that means is with the 12 gun empty is the T would be at the top of the screen as opposed to the bottom. So what you got here is LaFleur came out, and what down is this? This is 2nd and 8, guys. So they're thinking runs on the table, right? They're probably going to just pound the rock. So you come out in a 12 gun look. And again, is this Fitzpatrick?
Empty set, too.
Fitzpatrick's 86, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So there's Fitzpatrick. There's Tucker Kraft. There is Josh Jacobs. So you go tray load right with the T and the tight ends on that side of the field, all right? Everybody's in a nasty split, so you're keeping it condensed. You see the numbers, right? Everybody is pretty much inside the numbers. So still a nasty look. And we're going to go lead swing, F orbit lead swing. Look at this play design. This is wild. The F is going to orbit motion, and it's designed to throw a swing pass to him, and all these guys are lead blockers, right? And look at the hat counts you got. You've basically, if this defender here on the edge actually fires, then you've got a hat on a hat, and it's going to be Jaden Reed versus this guy right here. But here's what's really cool. Baked into this play, now that you know that, we're going to roll the motion real quick, get him on that side of the field. Now that you know that, look at the safety shift over, right? Notice the safety is taking a couple steps over to his left, right? Okay, see him pass it off. Now look what you got. You're kind of losing a hat here, right? They're going to pick up a hat on the defensive side of the ball. But look what you got here with Romeo Dobbs on the slant.
Mm-hmm.
That's all cooked in to this play. And it's literally, I could just hear Matt LaFleur in practice saying, all right, here we're going to run it. You got F orbit, swing. If the hat count goes to the right, hammer that slant. If the hat count stays to the left, then let's throw the lead swing. Right. And we've seen the T lead swing the last
That's
2
worked.
years.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, now you're seeing it. They're using it with F orbit. Remember what Matt LaFleur said? It's the illusion of complexity, right? It's the illusion of complexity, and it's really just it's simplicity to its core.
We go black wide in 12 personnel and scheme up a T swing slant on the backside.
That's it. There's literally 2 options on this play. That's it. Usually there's 4 or 5 defenders. So you're coming out showing complexity with an empty 12 look. What the hell are they doing here? And all it is we could go with the swing or we could hammer the slant. It's that simple. And watch Jordan just fire this thing. Look at him, look the safety off. He knows where he's going with that football. You kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
That's a missile. Great hands catch by Dobby. And he's just going to carry 2 defenders right into the end zone. Now let's back it up. Let's see if the swing was there, if we wanted to throw that. Notice the swing now that you know that. It's going to be a little bit tougher to score on that play, although you like the way that's setting up, but they do have a +1. You see what I'm saying?
The fact that backer sat in the middle, they had the +1 hat, but you make one miss there, you're good.
Yeah, and Jaden Reed's dynamic enough to do it too, right? So I feel really good about this play either way. And like you said, Clayton, what just a perfect throw from Jordan, right in rhythm, right on time. Good job by Sheed Walker on the left side, holding that protection. And it's a thing of beauty. And then Rome finishing it off, right? Little yak yards for a tutter. I love it.
You got a couple conflict defenders here, too. You got 20's taking himself out of the play right now. But look at our boy 48. He just got abused by Josh Jacobs a few plays earlier, right? We just talked about that. He got absolutely trucked. So watch Jordan look him off. See Jordan's eyes?
Yep.
Look at him, step left. That's all he needed. Now it's just bang.
Little hitch there, too, right before he let it go. Kind of freeze him.
Just perfect. Just enough space, man. But I know Jordan loves a bad quarterback. See it from this angle right here, man. This is beautiful, dude.
I just love how he keeps driving after catching it. Like he's just like, no, I am getting this touchdown. This is mine. Get out of the way.
Absolutely. You see Jordan just kind of surveying everything. See 48. So it was that orbit motion pulled 48 over to free up that window. Took 20 out of that backside window. Now look at Jordan. Now let's go. Bang.
I know it kind of goes unnoticed and taken for granted, but these plays are timing, right? Look at the snap by Josh. I mean, he snapped that tater right to the strong arm. Yep. Basically takes a little bit of that work out of Jordan's hands there early with just a really good snap. Because that's a bang play, man. That happens really quickly.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And Josh played arguably his best game of the year, man.
Yep.
Great job. Love the play calling, though, man. Matt LaFleur is just in his bag. That's why I'm going to continue to say the people that are trying to roast him on social media, like, you guys don't know what the hell you're watching. I don't understand what you're expecting. We have scored back-to-back games. We've scored 30 points.
Yep.
This dude's got a legit top 10, some would believe top 5 offense with the youngest team in the entire league.
Hold on, let me find that again. Go ahead. Keep talking, Clayton.
I don't know what they want.
On Packers Unscripted, Mike was going off on the same thing, Clayton. He said, and just for everybody out there on Twitter, out there dogging Matt, saying that he takes the throat, takes his foot off the gas, or he's not, he's baby in the second half or anything like that. They had a 3rd and 2 or whatever it was where Jaden Reed had the out route. He slipped. They had a long play action where Jordan missed him by a hair. There's little. It wasn't that Matt took his foot off and that he's not an aggressive coach. He put his foot down. He goes, I'm not standing for that. Like, I love that we're backing Matt because he really is scheming it up. He's doing it for the team. You see him everybody's behind him in the videos afterwards in the locker room. It's a family, man.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling to me, man. Again, I can't. I don't
want to pat you on the butt and you poop my hand. So
it's just all emotion, and then to hear the rebuttal from fans that, well, even Matt admitted he screwed up. Guys, really, so you thought he was going to go out there and say, "Well, I did everything I was supposed to do."
Yeah, it's called being accountable. That's all it is.
It's a great leader.
Yeah, exactly. You absorb criticism and you redistribute praise. That's what a leader does. And you're going to pretend like, ha, we got you. He said he messed up. Like, oh, my God, get the hell out of here. I can't take it.
Excuse me while I check on the cookies that you apparently want so bad. Would you like a cookie?
All right, here we go. Next play. All right, we hit the touchdown. Now we're going to go to the second quarter. All right, second quarter, 13:43 left, 3rd and 2. This is from Green Bay's 24-yard line. This is a Rashawn Gary sack. So you can see they're driving here, right? It's a 3rd and 2 play. We're in a nickel 4-2-5. We're going to run a cover 1 hole. Okay, cover 1 hole. Let's explain what that is. So cover 1 hole is man coverage across the board. Everybody's man coverage, right? And the hole is actually going to be will. You identify the tight end. That means he's the mock. That makes him the will. So now that we know who the will is, everybody's man coverage, right? Man coverage is going to be deep post safety. I guess that's Xavier, I would imagine. Mm-hmm. This guy is going to be on the running back most likely. So if the running back comes out, it's a chance that it passes off to the whole player, and then the mock will become the hole. But you'll see Quay is kind of playing that whole position here. And this is just Rashawn Gary doing a great job getting to the quarterback. They run a little bit of a game here as you see him loop around, and Carl Brooks just blows it up. But again, focus on the coverage for just a second. This is man coverage, right? Man coverage. There you go. So it's cover 1.
I think when I texted you, I saw cover 1 spy, man.
Yep.
But,
and it's a great point because that's what Quay's doing here. But typically with a spy, you see them creep up, right? They're closer to the line of scrimmage. And notice how he kept some depth. So it's almost like a hybrid version of that. See how he's kind of keeping a little bit of depth? See him glance to the left? He's keeping that depth. And really, by him sitting there, that's the reason they couldn't hammer that.
Right. Which is what we got on Quay for last year was, hey, you're guarding grass. We need you at least in a passing lane or heading towards the passing lane.
Right. Exactly. So, again, you play outside technique with cover 1 man. They did that. When you play outside technique, you're giving the inside breakers, whether it's a dig, a slant, a drag, what have you. And ball snap, quarterback drops. He's looking for that slant. He sees a hole defender. We're not going there with the ball. Bang, we're getting sacked. It's huge. So let's see it from the box cam. We'll show you what Gary did. And I want you to key in on Carl Brooks here as well. So here you see Quay and Edgerrin communicating, right? And what you're going to see is Carl's just going to blow this thing up, and Rashawn's going to kind of lag back and then cut inside and get the sack, right? Notice how Gary just doesn't go all out 99 mile an hour to get to the quarterback right off the bat. He's going to let Carl work. Watch Carl work. Let's bust it inside. Bang.
You see the little look Carl gave him? Go back pre-snap once. He gives him a little glance to the left.
Mm-hmm.
You can almost see him kind of look like, you ready?
Yeah. So, we're about to go.
Watch the top of his head. Look, right there. You ready? Mm-hmm. All right. Let's go. I love it. This is what we talk about. Complementary football is kind of a, universal term. There's 2 guys playing complementary ball right there.
I love how Tim, I love how he just slapped him with 2 hands. Like, yeah, you're it, Gino. You're about to go down.
I just love it.
Watch Carl use his hands too. He's going to do a punch rip right here. Watch him.
Mm-hmm.
Punch, right? Now watch the rip up.
Yep.
Now they can hold. There by rule. He can.
Oh, and he is.
Yeah,
look at that left hand.
But I'll tell you, look what he does though. Hey, he kind of takes the tackle out for Gary there too. Now Gary, don't get me wrong, did a hell of a job dog walking him too. Like look at the tackle right here. The tackle goes, oh crap.
Yeah.
But like you said, Emilio, Carl Brooks playing fundamental ball, right? Get your hands up. You get near get near that passer, man. Get those big mitts up there. And at worst, you get a batted ball or something, maybe even a strip sack. But that's just awesome to see him playing like this so early in his career too. Starting to kind of come into veteran form here slowly but surely.
You're going to see a little game off the right, I believe, too. I think that's Kingsley Nibare and Kenny Clark. Watch this. See it. see Enigbari go in, Kenny slides out, and Kenny ends up with a double team. Look at all the attention that Kenny's drawing.
Mhm.
Now, people will say, well, Kingsley's got to win that. Kingsley is protecting that mid-rush lane right here.
That's right.
Exactly what he's doing. See him? He's ready to break off. Matter of fact, we'll show you a 3-play sequence later on in this show where he breaks off of this exact play right here and actually runs the quarterback down and tackles him for like a 2-yard gain on a second and long, I think it was.
That's why when you look at the D line and you look at the edge group, it's real easy to like single guys out and you want to pick apart their games. But really what it's about is like every game, how they play together. How well are they playing together and complementing each other out there within the scheme? Because, look at this tape we're breaking down right now is proof positive that when everyone does their job, we find success and our opponent ends up getting 13 points on the board and we win ball games.
I was thinking the same thing, Tim. That D line has really gelled, and their collapsing pass rush while still holding lanes has gotten better as the weeks have gone on in the season. It seemed like they were a lot more expanded. They've been able to shrink that well a lot.
Very true.
And something else about that is it seems like Hafley or with this defensive line, they're taking the same principles of timing with the offense and the pre-snap motion stuff. It's like they're taking those same principles and applying it to what they're able to do on the defense because they're actually predicting where the quarterback's going to leak out and they have that second person ready. And with Enigbari, we had Gino 3 times, like 3 different guys would have got him 1, 2, 3. It's great. It's fascinating to see.
It's complimentary football at the most detailed level. It really is.
And to Carly's point, that's what you and I talked about, Clayton, right? Keeping him in the well and staying disciplined on your contain. And we did that all night long. And, it eventually, it knocked Gino out of the game, basically. It got that rough.
We showed you guys like all week long. Remember, Tim, we were showing all the rushes that Gino had the last few games. He was running the ball all over everybody. Guys, don't expect us to get overly aggressive with blitzing here. It's probably going to be a full man run.
About was Tim running all over us.
Yeah, and like if you guys haven't listened to Ryan's podcast, it was either today or it was yesterday. But he was talking about whichever one of it was. He was talking about how we are now in the top 10 in pressure and sacks with just a 4-man rush. It was just a few short weeks ago. Everybody's going, "This pass rush is horrible." It's like, calm down. When I seen the numbers, it's like, hey, man, the numbers are down, no doubt. What's the tape show? Oh, that's why the numbers are down. We talked about it all year long that calm down, everybody. Everything's okay. This is all by design. These Kenny Clark, Rashawn Gary, Kingsley Enigbari, these guys didn't just one offseason decide, I forgot how to rush the quarterback. That didn't happen. We're okay. And it's just – and what's crazy too is
you didn't forget how to rush. You're being asked to occupy a blocker and play within the scheme. That's all it is.
Yep, and control the explosives.
Yep.
All right, next play. Let's go. Well, first of all, that 3rd down sack, that was a 3rd and 2 play. Rashawn Gary with the sack. That was the difference between a touchdown and a field goal. So Seattle gets a field goal. It's now 14-3. Let's go. Second quarter, 11:04 left in the second. 1st and 10 from our own 40. This is Jordan Love to Christian Watson for 36 yards. This is a dandy here. We're going to go 308 pony, Y flex, X go, slot cross, H orbit, lead, T swing. This is now you've got the H back. In this case is Chris Brooks. And when we say 308 pony, I'm just identifying the pony package, which is a gun set double sidecar. And we're given the numbers of the players who are in the backfield from left to right. Number 30, number 8. That's Chris Brooks and Josh Jacobs. So we call it 308 pony. That's all that means. Now, Chris Brooks is going to be your H back. We're always going to list Josh Jacobs as the T. It's always going to be that way. So he's going to be the T. Chris Brooks will be your H in this case. So we're going to use an H orbit lead on this play, and it's really, really cool. Imagine a T swing. Let's reverse engineer it here. The T is going to run a swing pass, okay? But what you're going to do pre-snap is you're going to bring the H on an orbit motion, and he's going to get out here ready to block. Think about that. How cool is that? Pre-snap, H lead, you're setting up a T swing, even though you don't have to go to it. And the play call is going to be, well, first of all, the Y flex. This is Tucker Kraft flexed out. Remember we were talking about that's what Musgrave would do? And Tucker Kraft's more of an inline top. Yep. You're seeing more of this every week. They're starting to flex Tucker out. And it's causing defenses absolute fits, especially when you're in man coverage, because they've got to decide, do we walk a linebacker out there? Do we bring a safety over? What are we doing about the tight end, right? So The tight end is flexed up. That's what Y flex means, up to the right. We're going to go slot cross, H orbit lead, okay, and T swing. The X is going to be a go. So this is Christian Watson on a go route, just a 9 route, a fly, whatever you want to call it. We're going to run slot cross, one of Matt LaFleur's favorite concepts. There is your play call. So again, 308 pony, Y flex, X go, slot cross, H orbit lead, T swing. And Jordan's just going to look at this safety right here. He's going to eye him. Jordan's going to put eyes on that safety. And that safety is just going to flip his hips and slightly go toward the hash. And he's going to go, I'm taking this one-on-one back shoulder throw to Christian Watson. No hesitation whatsoever. Watch the lead, though. See the orbit? Now look at the delay. How cool is that play call? It's almost like a mini screen baked in as a check down.
Right.
You know what I mean? And look at Jordan. Jordan's wasting no time. Tries to hold the safety a little bit, but right here, look how 20's flipped. He knows where he's going with this ball. Let's go back shoulder to Christian. And what a catch by Christian, man. Unbelievable.
And that swing was there, too, for a check down if he needed it. Yep. And Matt was talking about how the backs, were obviously block first responsibility, then get out into your route. You could see that a little bit with Jacobs. Obviously, he delayed it a little, but he's still worried if Zach Tom needs a hand, I'm gonna kill my swing pass for a second here just so I can put a little block on him. Then I'll head out there.
Yep. And you see the placement right here, right? The displacement. And I love it. Like look at Jacobs is like ready to block. Nope. We're setting up a swing.
Nope, he's got it. Yep.
Now look at Jordan's stripe on his helmet, Tim. We talk about this all the time, right?
Yep.
Wonder why that safety flipped his hips up here, right?
Could it be our quarterback play right here? I think so.
Look how long he holds him, right? And people are going, he's not looking at him, Clayton. Right. The safety is following his eyes to this side of the field, and Jordan knows where he's going with the football. Watch this.
Right.
Somebody come look at this. Look at this ball right here.
Fire.
Seriously. And I had people online going, he underthrew him. What the hell are you talking about? It's a back shoulder throw. Like, you can't throw that any better.
That's a dime piece throw. Stop it.
Look at Christian, man.
Smooth criminal right there.
I'm going to admit something. I don't understand what you said about some people thinking it's overthrown or a back shoulder throw. Is it just like, I guess I can see why some people think it's underthrown, but how do you know for sure that that's what he was intending? Does it make sense? Like, how can you be confused?
Yeah, look at Christian's body language. See how he's got a hand on the DB? If it was a go route and he was just going, he would be full sprint like this.
Yeah, and the ball would be going up the seam. Yeah.
And that's why, to me, it's by design. I guarantee you pre-snap, it's, hey, look, we get this look. Let's go back shoulder. And they're probably doing that because they know they're going to have safety help over the top, right? Yeah. When you have safety help over the top, whether it's a quarter or a half, typically what happens is the underneath defender, the corner, will play inside leverage. Therefore, the back shoulder throw is wide open. I say it's wide open, but, I mean, you see here, you're talking about 6 inches. Look at this. Like the placement of that ball. Look at that. That is crazy.
Dropping it right in the bucket.
Yeah, that's and again, Carly, it's not the dog people that they don't understand that was a back shoulder throw. It's just when they double down and go, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. He underthrew him. It's like, what are we doing, guys? Like, it's right back to the Matt LaFleur argument. Like, you're just trying to find something wrong. You're trying to find something wroung.
So a back shoulder throw
by Christian
is
Watson,
thrown.
though, right? I mean, can we talk about Scoot with the grab? I mean, in the body control and the
right,
the
there's plenty to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, like it's important that we mention it. I mean, pretty damn good catch for a guy who has bad hands, supposedly, right? So,
Carly,
I just love to see it.
Did you ask a question about the back shoulder throw just now, Carly? Did I hear you right?
Yeah, just as like a definition, does that mean it's between the receiver and the boundary or and the sideline?
What it means, like if you go back and watch Jordy Nelson highlights with Aaron Rodgers early in their career, that's they made a living off of back shoulder throws. It's basically, it was designed to beat cover 2 man is what it was designed to beat. With cover 2 man, typically what will happen is you'll have 2 deep safeties, right? Like it's a cover 2 zone and man coverage underneath, and they call it man under. And the reason being is they play underneath technique. They're taking away the slant. They're taking away the drag, the dig, right? So how do you hammer that? If you try to go over the top because they're playing that, there's a deep safety and deep half waiting for you to pick the ball off. So what they would do is they learn that if a quarterback's got the arm talent and a receiver has sideline awareness and the ability to catch a ball like that in a top position, what you can do is as soon as you read the play, you lead the safety with your eyes. The corner's watching you as well if they're playing like fisheye man. If they're watching the quarterback, then what you can do is it looks like you're throwing inside and you're actually throwing that thing outside shoulder. There's no way to defend it. There's no way to defend it. Like if it's a perfectly thrown ball in a back shoulder throw, you ask any cornerback in the league what's the toughest throw to defend, it's back shoulder. Because you're taught, you have to be taught, you have to play with the technique of I've got to take everything else away. And you're using that boundary as the outside and extra defender, right? So
in the back shoulder throw takes away the boundary as another defender.
Yep, exactly.
It's a thing of beauty right here.
And you think, okay, well, that sounds easy enough. Why don't more people do it? Because not everybody's got Jordan Love's arm, Aaron Rodgers' arm, Tom Brady's arm.
And there's only one Christian Watson.
Yeah, exactly. Ben Roethlisberger could do it too. Like Ben Roethlisberger was an absolute dog too. So, all right. So again, just wanted to highlight that with Christian, man. Just a great catch, guys. He wasn't making that catch last year. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a real deal. He's becoming a number one receiver, no doubt in my mind. So
you're gonna make LaFleur puke.
Well, it's the past 5 games he's averaging 30 a catch.
Yeah, that's crazy. Think about that.
Yep.
Like,
Out of hand.
Yeah. So that explosive obviously triples your chances of scoring. That would lead to a Green Bay field goal. So they just finally put something together and went down and scored a field goal themselves. We just wiped it off the map. Talking about momentum. Holy cow. So second quarter, this next play is the second quarter, 3:07 left. You're in the middle 8. This is a 3rd and 9 play, guys. This play right here basically won you the middle 8, and it won you the turnover differential.
Here's a play.
One play right here. And Emilio, I want to get your take on this front right here, bro. Tell me this doesn't look like a 34 jam. Look at what we got here. Look.
Well,
does that not look like a 34 jam?
Yeah. What I run that as in college football, Clayton, is nickel cub. It's out of a 3-3 or the cub look where you right? where you have the backer, because you have basically 2 backers, or you could use a nickel, whatever, walk them up on the edge. Then you got a 5-man front. You have your 1 stack backer back there as a safety valve, but it tries to deter them from running the ball.
So here's what's cool about it. You can look at this a multitude of ways. I said nickel 3-3-5 jam, as in a jam front.
Yep.
It's 0 man. I put free green. We'll explain what that means here in a second. But look at this. 3 down linemen, right? So if we were running a 34 defense and there was an extra backer here, that would be called a 34 jam. But there's not an extra backer, right? So it's a 3-3-5 look is essentially what you're doing. Now, check this out, though. That's actually Rashawn Gary. So if you're going to go based off of the roster, this is actually just a nickel 4-2-5, right? And you've got the will backer on the line of scrimmage, all right? But again, if you're really counting, and I know media members love to do this, if they're standing up, they're actually a linebacker. Okay, so we'll call it a nickel 3-3-5 jam is what I would call it. So, and it's cover 0. What we mean by 0, there's no deep safety, although you're going to see Xavier McKinney lag, and I'll explain why. Everybody's man coverage. And, Tim, this is the play we were talking about where you're going to get some communication, so I'm going to roll it back here just a touch. You'll notice here, I think this is Jackson Smith-Njigba right here. He's going to motion outside. Mm-hmm. And me and Tim were talking about this yesterday. It seemed like most of the day, especially when it was a man coverage call, they had Keyshawn following Jackson Smith-Njigba because Jackson Smith-Njigba, he may line up as the Z. He may line up as the X, but he's probably going to end up as the slot. Even if he stays there pre-snap, and they run a switch concept, he's going to end up kind of as that slot defender. So they've got Keyshawn. They're just keeping it simple, like, hey, you follow him. So look at Key. He starts to tell Carrington, go out there, right? Now watch him. He goes, oh, wait, no, that's Jackson, right? All right, let's settle in. So he's got his guy man coverage. That's Jackson Smith-Njigba. So now Carrington slides in here, man coverage, right? Evan Williams has man coverage on Noah Fant, the tight end, which the ball is going to go to, okay? We're running a cover 0, which is blitz, 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 blitz. We're bringing a 6-man pressure here. This guy's going to fire in the A gap, all right? And this is man coverage. So what you've got is Xavier
running back.
Xavier McKinney is on him. When I say free green, it's kind of like a green dog blitz with the backer. If the running back goes out on a route, he's going to cover him. If he doesn't, instead of firing like with a green dog blitz, it's if the running back stays in, you blitz. In this case, some people would call this free red, meaning you stay at home, right? So essentially what it's going to turn into is a cover one man because this running back has to stay in and block. Why? Because we're bringing 6 and they only have a 5-man protection. So
like a free rover.
Free rover? There
Yep.
you go. All right.
Yep.
So again, the running back stays in. You can see X is wanting to clamp down, right? But he notices the running back staying in the block, and if he didn't, Geno's dead right here, right? He's crushed with that backer blitzing. So again, look at our boy X staying at home, and he knows. I'm pretty sure this is DK Metcalf. So pretty good place.
He can't cheat too far over.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Pretty good place to hang out on DK's side, right? Especially in the red zone.
Who really didn't have a game, remember, who did not have a blow-up game or anything like it.
30 yards, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So now let's go back to where the play's made. And this is what we mean by take your eye off the ball, man. Yep. We just showed you all this stuff going on, and that ain't even where the damn ball's going, right? Now let's show you.
Let's watch our boy CV playing a little slot corner on this one.
Fighting through some contact. I love it.
Yeah. Him nailed it, though, man. This is slot, right? Now keep in mind, this is man coverage. Now, this fisheye that we talk about that Hafley was bringing in, and this was Coach Haddad that explained it to me. He went to a bunch of his coaching clinics, and he talked about when they're in man coverage, they play fisheye, which means they're playing man, but they're playing man coverage through their man with eyes on the quarterback. See, that's the beautiful thing about playing zone is you've always got eyes on the quarterback. You're covering space. You're looking to latch on the guys as they enter and exit your zone, but you've got eyes on the quarterback. With man, sometimes it's hard. Some people just play press man, tuck and go, right? But watch Carrington up here. Keep in mind, this is the guy that Carrington's covering. The ball's going to Noah Fant, and Carrington's going to pick it off. Everybody focus this entire play on Carrington and watch this 7th-round pick adjust to this. So, look, he's man coverage on his guy, a little bit of traffic, jumps outside, gets a little handsy. That's okay. Look at him. Where's his head at? You can see it. He's looking at
eyes on the quarter.
He's glancing back at the quarterback, and he knows that ball's out, and it ain't going to the guy I'm guarding.
Now, look, right here, the ball's out, and look, watch Carrington. Whoop. How cool is that, man? Now, this is the part that
Get down. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not live.
What are you doing? Then right here, right there, I went, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this ain't a good look right here. When you end up in that position with a big offensive lineman about to hurt you, that's not a good look there, Carrington. We're already lighting the loafers at corner. But, man, just him playing that ball, man.
Well, we've asked, Clayton, you've asked that out of Keyshawn a lot is, hey, if you are running to the sideline, you're running to the corner of the end zone, you cross the end zone, you're running out of space, turn around. You got to look at some point. The ball's coming. Yeah.
And listen, I'm not trying to dog him. Evan Williams has been great this year. He had a bad game. He got cooked here. Yeah. He got cooked. If we take it back and watch our stud rookie safety, watch him on this corner. He gets out physicaled and he's cooked.
Yeah.
That's a touchdown, guys.
Yep.
But instead, it ends up being an interception.
Got bailed out.
That's exactly what you were talking about, Emilio, last night. Just talking about it seemed like he might have been maybe a half a step behind on some of these coverages, and that's a perfect example right there.
Yeah, little flat on but it's not. I mean, it's nothing against him, but yeah, a little flat on the catch there, and he's going up against a bigger tight end. You got to be ready for that. He was. At least he was in good trail. He had a hand on him, but, lucky that Carrington bailed him out and with the defense bailing out the offense.
Yep.
And again, look at this front too. They come out, they show kind of their normal nickel 4-2-5, right? Look at our boy, number 53. Is that Brenton Cox?
Mosby. Yeah.
So watch Mosby here. All right, watch him right here. We're going to shift in. Now look at Coop. All right, let's get down in here. There's that 34 jam look, right? Or a 3-3-5 jam, I should say.
Then the whole low line's like, all right, hey, we got a hat on a hat technically right now. So did you see the center slap? He said, I need some help over here.
Yeah.
And they're looking at Wilson too. Like, what the hell is he going to do?
Yeah. That's Geno. Geno's looking at Wilson, and watch what he does right here. He looks at the running back, goes, bruh, you better help me out. Watch this. Watch him. Right here. Hey, you see this guy, right? You better get him. And he does.
Says, somebody come look at this.
Yeah, exactly. And again, boy, just Carrington making a play. Look at the pressure.
Pressure. Look at 45 and 94. Wilson and Carl Brooks. Again, Carl Brooks, we've been saying his name a lot. Get to the quarterback.
Yep.
Hands up, too, Tim. We talked about that earlier.
Yep. Yep.
And you know you're tired when you don't get the hands up. You know what I mean? Like when your coach is
You don't
over
have
there,
that
like,
little extra push.
Yeah, catch a breather. You're always hanging over. That's when you know you're tired. If you got your hands up every play, that's energy, focus, and remembers, technique and fundamentals.
So true. He's a machine. Carl Brooks is a machine, man. He is tough to block. Really tough to block.
Ask an offensive lineman what they're taught to do when the hands go up.
Punch him in the stomach.
You just hit literally
Really?
As hard as you can. Punch
Yeah.
that man in the stomach.
And that's why defensive linemen hate having to do it. But they're taught, hey, get your hands up if you're beating this. It's easy for you to say. You're not getting hit in the sternum, dude. Like, and they will, man. They'll knock the crap out of
2 hands. I mean, it was just like a power punch every time you could. I mean, because the pads stop right at the upper chest.
Yep. You got a little bit of that belly exposed there. They're gonna take advantage of that.
They don't make flat jackets to fit the O lineman. Okay, come on now.
I think that Brooks liked the feeling of tipping that ball off when they blocked the kick against the Bears so much that he just wants to get his hand on the ball. He's like, I'm in defense. How else am I going to get my hand on the ball?
Hit me with that picture, Tim. I got to see it, man. Give me a little smiling Carl Brooks here, please, sir. I'm going to need it. I know you got it in the hopper. Is it up there? I can't see it. Oh, there it is.
It's up there.
We're good. All right. My screen's covered up, so I couldn't see it.
Yeah, that's not Clayton at the buffet. That's Carl Brooks.
We got this nice restaurant set up. We're at hour 5. We're going way over. Who cares? We got this nice restaurant set up. We're going to North Carolina tomorrow. No show. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But we get this restaurant set up, an inn up on top of Blowing Rock, North Carolina. We're up on top of the mountain. I'm going to hurt myself up there tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to eat so much food. They're going to just roll me off the ridge. That's exactly what's going to happen. But, all right, next play.
Cheese curds make my stomach hurt all the time, but I do eat them, though.
I want to say this, though. That Carrington Valentine, I said it once, I'm going to say it 1,000 times. That won you the turnover differential. You end up being +1 in the turnover differential. That won that, and you took points off the board, which would lead to a field goal that won you the middle 8. That one play won you the 2 most important key statistical categories in winning a football game in a National Football League. And it was done by
Valentine to that list of 5th, 6th, and 7th round draft picks from Goody that are just making plays for this team. I love it.
Yeah, and what's cool about Carrington is like the bigger the moment, he seems to kind of rise up. Some people,
Yeah.
Get the butterflies, the nerves. Honestly, I thought you were going to say 2 words, University of Kentucky, but no, I mean, you're right, though. He did that. And on top of it, we took ball first. So who's getting ball at half? Seahawks.
Exactly.
They doubled up right there, score, get the ball back. I know Ryan, dove into it and stuff, but doubling up or double dipping and all that, that can be a real thing mentally too.
Yep. Yeah, no doubt. All right, next play. So second quarter, 2:18 left. This is a 2nd and 12 play from our own 12-yard line. This is Jordan Love to Tucker Kraft for 26 yards. It's explosive, but it was a free play too, okay? I don't think that the guys just went deep when, sometimes when you get the offsides, everybody just goes deep. Hey, just go vert. We'll chuck it up, right? I think the original play call is what we've got on here, and they just kind of stuck with it. Yeah, because it's not actually all goes on this play, and you'll see what I'm talking about. The call is 11 gun empty, load left. Remember what we said about load. There's your T. There's your tight end. They're both on the left side. So we're going to 11 gun empty, load left, F shift, and that's going to trigger. That's the trigger. These teams, when you use so much of this pre-snap motion, they start to time it, right? Amelia, I know we've talked about this. You've seen it. When they use that F motion, they'll time it and go, okay, when he gets to this point, let's just go. We know they're snapping the ball, right? So they're just going to use a little motion, a little trigger motion and put him here. And when he gets set, that's what causes them to jump over the line of scrimmage. Really cool. So F shift, which is going to be the trigger, we're going to go 499 crossers, okay? 499 is real simple. A 4 route is going to be a curl, all right? 9 route is a go. And you could call that Hoss if you want to. We're going to call it 499 crossers. Crossers is the Y is going to run across, and it's kind of that mesh concept, right? And they're looking to kind of connect here. And then you're going to have the go on this side, which is the other 9 route, okay? So that's the play design. That's why I think they stuck with it, Emilio. No, everybody didn't just go deep.
Right.
They actually stuck with the play.
It was a deep cross. It wasn't like Tucker was running a quick slant or anything like that. He was definitely shooting for a deep cross.
Yeah, and some people would see this and they would say mesh. I call it crossers if it's 10 yards or deeper. If it's under 10 yards, I call it mesh, okay? Definitely. So, and I'm not saying I'm right and anybody else is wrong. It's just that's the way I identify.
I'd almost say 5 yards for mesh.
Yeah, it could be.
That's the ideal, but yeah.
Yeah. So let's watch it unfold here. Watch this cheat. Now look how I'm trying to time it. See it? Now look at Free play. Let's go, boys. And Jordan knows it. Jordan's like, all right, let me just buy some time and chuck this thing up. Now, you see the crossers developing here? So it doesn't look like they were actually going to run with everybody go. And you see Jacob sitting on the curl, right? So that's why I think they just stuck with the play here. Now, you could have, if you had time, he's probably going to go to Christian right here, right? I mean, you got that one-on-one matchup, get a little bracket over here. But, again, Jordan's scrambling off his back foot. No harm, no foul. Look at Tucker, man. What a great job.
Tucker's down there somewhere.
Exactly. And, again, this is explosive that set up a field goal that won you the middle eight. And I love the defender throwing his hands up, right? This guy right here, Poughton. Let's watch it from the end zone, Cam, and you tell me if you think there's offensive pass interference. He's reaching right here. He got embarrassed. You'll see it really, really good from this angle here. And Jordan just being able to buy enough time to get some air under that ball is really a great job, man. So you see him right here. Like, how are you going to get that throw off?
Look at that.
That's crazy. Now, look, tell me if you think Tucker gets offensive pass interference right here. Look, he's got his hands on Tucker's hips, right? He kind of shoves Tucker, and then Tucker just mossed his ass.
This is a great example of the best call is no call in that situation because there's contact by both players. Initiated by the defender, and Tucker has equal rights to that ball. He's the receiver,
Look at
so
that
it's
hand.
a good no call in my opinion.
Yeah, just a great job. It's just a grown ass man you're trying to defend. There is what that is. Yeah. And watch number 8. Like, this ain't fair. What am I supposed to do here? What are we doing?
He's crying for a flag. He wants a flag. He ain't gonna get it. Sorry.
Flag.
Tuck Norris doesn't get flags. Stop.
So the other thing to mention there. And I wasn't going to put it on Chalk Talk because it's not that it's important, but it's boring to just watch a penalized play unless there's like controversy around it. We love that. We love that tea. We love spilling that tea, don't we, around here? So you get the Tucker Craft 26-yarder. After that, you get the Romeo Dobbs pass interference that he drew that got them the field goal. Huge play. That won you the middle eight as well. So that leads to a Green Bay field goal. That's how you end up winning the middle eight. Now, what secured the middle eight is this next play. Third quarter, 12-16 left, so you're in the middle eight, first 4 minutes of the third quarter. 1st and 10 play at Green Bay's 36-yard line. This is Devontae Wyatt with the sack, okay? Green Bay's leading 20-3.
My favorite sack of the night. I love it.
And what's crazy is there's negatives to this too. The problem here – the problem with Devontae Wyatt's game is he plays reckless. Like we've talked about that. He would just, I don't care what anybody else is doing. I'm just going to rush the passer and do whatever I need to do to get free. You're going to see it here with the spin move, but I think it was supposed to be a TE, meaning he was supposed to drift outside, hit the guard into the tackle, and allow Gary to loop. But instead he says, screw it. I'm just going to do a spin move and go sack the quarterback. So I don't know if there was miscommunication or what, but the call is nickel 4-2-5, cover 6, 94 touch, TE. And I put the question mark because we're not 100% sure. So let's watch the play unfold. You're going to see our boy Devontae Wyatt down here. All right. And watch how Gary no, it's not Gary. See how this guy jabs inside? You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But instead of doing, he's expecting our boy to bust outside, take the guard into the tackle, and free him up, right? Instead, watch Devontae Wyatt. Whoop! So I know the play call was not designed to have two-touch spies, and this is what I mean by this. You see these two guys right here?
Yeah.
That wasn't the play call. So I think Devontae Wyatt just said, I'm going to throw the spin move on this guy.
Yeah. And in Devontae Wyatt's defense, you want your guys to play with instincts too, right? So if he saw something there and figured, F it, I can get there, you want your guys to have that freedom.
Honestly, Tim, now that you said that, I think it's a center sliding left because earlier when we broke it down and he ate that double going right through the guard tackle, the center was kind of, shading a little. I think he saw that hole and was like, I'm taking it.
Yeah, I can get it right.
And then great job by Mosby to just kind of fade back and kind of go, into drop a little bit. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. There's a big man coming through.
In the same breath that we're saying we don't know if it was actually a TE, we also don't know whether the coaches might tell Wyatt, hey, look, you got the green light. Do what you want. That could be the case, right? Yeah. So who are we to say he went off scheme there, right?
They could have told him exactly what Emilio just said. Hey, if that center starts shading left, go after the quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. I like what Gray Matters says here in the chat. If you're going to go rogue, you better make the play. And he did, right?
Amen. Yep. That's so true, right? You get reamed out in film study if you don't make the play. But if you make the play, you get a game ball,
Yeah. And I want to show what we mean by cover 6 once again, okay? This is going to be quarter, half. People call that quarter, half. 4 on the left, 2 on the right from the offense's perspective, okay? So that's what we mean by cover 6. Again, 4 plus 2 equals 6. Half the field's cover 4, the other half's cover 2. All right. And there's really nowhere to go with the ball. And if there was, Devontae Wyatt's already in his face. Like, my man had no shot. If he had been looking left, you can tell he's trying to go on the cover 2 side because it looks like McKinney got a little shallow on his 2. But right here was the play to be made. Of course, he wasn't expecting Devontae Wyatt to be eating his lunch a split second into the play. Right?
That's what's so cool about it, right? Like we either get a sack or maybe we get a bad throw from Gino and we get a pick or a tip ball or something.
Right. This is a great look right here, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, maybe Carl said something here too. Look at Carl slapping. Hey.
Yeah.
He may have said, Wyatt, go get your paycheck right now, boy. What's this?
He said they're going to worry about me. Look, I'm shading inside. That center's going to worry about me. You go eat. I love it.
There may have been something to that.
Yeah.
Think about it. What was Carl communicating to Wyatt right there? Because Wyatt kind of starts to go right here. Watch him.
Yeah.
And he goes, okay. And he shifts a little bit to the left, right? Yeah. Now watch. And it just so happens that Carl's eating the double team and playing touch spy.
That's players making plays right there.
It could have been.
We talk about the coaches that they gather intel, and we got all the assistants and the piss boys, the assistants to the assistants, and there's all this data that they're analyzing. These guys out on the field are doing that in real time, every play, every snap, down to down, and they communicate with each other. And sometimes, the best thing a coach can do is call a good play in, and then the guys will adapt it to the situation and make something happen.
Yeah, man, look at Wyatt. What's Geno Smith thinking right now?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. I love how he laid out, too. Look at that. Like a big cat.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I actually got a scoot. So thanks so much. It's been fun. And again, for people who came late on the 28th, Western Wisconsin PTA posse get together in Hudson at B-Dubs for the Packers-Vikings game. So there'll be more information on that coming, but just want to make sure everybody else got to hear it, too. So
awesome. Have a good night, Carly. Appreciate you.
Yeah, have a good one. Bye.
All right. This right here is going to be a 3-play sequence. We have never done this, guys. We have never done this ever. So this one drive, this one series, the sequence was completely wrecked by one player. Like, we've done Chalk Talk for 2 full years now. I've never seen this. I watched football for a long time. I can't remember a player that on 3 straight plays just completely
dominated.
A tackle, a sack. That's what Enigbore does here. First down, sack. Second down, tackle for a 2-yard gain. Third down, sack. We're just going to roll the tape. We're not going to get into the X's and O's too much. Watch Enigbore work right here, man. He was a demon. Look at this.
This is just poetry in motion right here. Don't even need to.
Yeah.
That poor right tackle. Man, I just got done trying to block Gary.
Yep. So here's second down. Now it's like second and long, right? Look at Enigbore. Rush across. He's actually playing. He's playing to the
just
double.
Do a swim/bull rush at the same time.
He's doing what we're doing here is an ET stunt. So he's going to go in and just try to annihilate the whole line on this side, allow Kenny to come across in case the quarterback rushes outside. Kenny will be waiting on him, right? That's what you call an ET stunt. What's crazy is he ends up making a play. He's just like, let me get in here and just get in the damn way. Look, three blockers, right? Is who he occupied. So now the quarterback does start to drift right, but now he's like, oh, crap, Kenny's there. But look at Enigbore playing that spy.
Yep.
Let's get out
and that's
here.
what we talk about, getting off that block, right? They weren't doing that last year. They were getting hung up on that block and not getting off and over, and that's just a great job by Enigbore right there.
So there you had the second down tackle. Now you've got him on the opposite side. We put Gary in now, right? So now he's on the right end. Now look at this. Drifting across again, another ET stunt, taking the tackle with him, hitting the guard, freeing up Carl. Now look at number 5. Crap, there's Carl. Let me get out of here.
Oh, boy.
Gary about got a paw on him, right?
Yep.
Now look, this is the best part. Look at Enigbore looking like
he was really looking over his shoulder.
Bro,
watch Enigbore hitting him with the Devontae Wyatt spin move.
Look at this right here, man. Watch him give a little peek. Look, he's just acting like, I'm done. I'm out of the play. Watch. Whoop.
Yeah. Can't hold me now.
What a game he had, dude. Look at the stride, man. The stride length. Bang.
Should have
And the angle to the ball carrier too was everything there. He stayed flat and just smothered him, dude. Awesome.
Coach Lynn, Gino think, who is this cat? I think it was actually the backup quarterback at this point, but
he was back there like,
Who?
Yeah.
Scared to death what it was. So this is one of those career games for sure for Enigbari, man. So I want to say this before that 3-play sequence, it went Seattle punt, Green Bay 3 and out, Seattle field goal, Green Bay field goal. So Green Bay was leading 23-6 going into that play. Into that sequence. So Enigbari completely stops that whole drive. Then Green Bay gets the ball. They ended up punting. Seattle punted. You had the Josh Jacobs fumble, which led to a Seattle touchdown. That made it 23-13. Green Bay punted again. Seattle punted. Green Bay turned it over on downs. It's still 23-13, and that's going to bring us to this play right here. Fourth quarter, 5:27 left. 2nd and 16 from their own 33-yard line. This is the Edgerrin Cooper interception, and this is pretty much the dagger in the game, although we would go on to have 2 more plays here on Chalk Talk. So, nickel 4-2-5, guess what it is, guys? Surprise, surprise, Tampa 2. How many interceptions have we gotten on Tampa 2 this year, Bruce?
oh man, like 4 or 5.
It's
something
crazy, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we seen an interception with the cover 1 man earlier, right? Or actually it was cover 0 man with Carrington Valentine. So there's another one for man coverage, but lo and behold, you turn around, you get another zone interception here. So zone is just king this year for turning the ball over and getting interceptions for the Packers. So nickel 4-2-5, Tampa 2, Will 45 is going to be your Tampa backer. And what that means is with Tampa 2, guys, is deep half, right? You're going to be playing underneath zone. Now, the Will in 45, obviously Eric Wilson. Who's the Will? You got to find your tight end. There's your tight end. So that makes him the Will right there. So let's draw it out one more time. Deep half, underneath. And this backer is going to look for a number 2 to go vert, and then he's going to turn this into a cover 3 defense. That's what Tampa 2 is. All right. Now, our boy Edgerrin Cooper right here is just sitting in this underneath zone. I love that he carries this. He's going to kind of squeeze this guy on the inside and watch him get vertical. We talk about how Quay's good at this, but watch Edgerrin Cooper right here. Back pedal. He reads it right here. Look. Like he knows exactly where he wants to go. Bang.
Yep.
Interception.
No,
Just
Quarterback and receiver are thinking, why did he drop so far back? I thought he's supposed to let me run past him. Like,
yeah, exactly. Cooper said no free pass. Everyone has to pay the toll, man. And he kept riding them. You know what I mean?
Love it.
Not covering grass, cover a man.
I like the wheels too after the pick, man. He's got some giddy up, man. Might have to put him in at tight end once in a while, just get a look at him.
Yeah. Again, man, just watch him right here. Just a great job. Pocket held up pretty well for the quarterback too.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a damn gun shy at this point. He wants to get rid of the ball, right?
Yep.
And Edgerrin Cooper, I know it was just an easy interception, but great hands, man. That's what you got to finish. And again, getting some invisible yards. I think what was it, like a 21-yard return or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So love it. All right. So
add that to the list of Edgerrin Cooper attributes, right? Ball carrier.
Cut the tape. He's sending it over to Matt on the offensive side of the building. See what he can do with him.
Exactly. All right. So there was your Cooper interception. Now let's go ahead and put this thing to bed. Fourth quarter, 4:59 left, 3rd and 5 at Seattle's 22-yard line. This is Jordan Love to Romeo Dobbs for 22 yards. The play call is 12 ace, twin nasty, strong right, Ohio max protect. I couldn't believe this. I thought I had I thought I read it wrong. There's only 2 guys in this route, 2. And everything else is max.
Time you've covered that, Clayton. We did one earlier with the T swing and the backside slant. Matt has enough faith that Jordan can make a decision on a 2-man route. That's big.
It's wild, man. So what you're going to see is pass block. Max protect means that the tight ends and the running backs are staying in the block. Pass block, pass block, and the running back is actually going to pass block. So what's Ohio? Ohio is a go with an out. I think this is actually switch. I could be wrong. Is this a switch, Ohio? It is. So this is switch, Ohio. So essentially, if it was a normal Ohio, I should have put switch in there. That's my bad. Ohio would be the 1 with the go, the 2 with the out. But with the switch Ohio, they're going to switch at the line of scrimmage, right?
Yep.
So it means
Rome's
he becomes the one essentially, right? 87. Rome will become the one. So he's going to run the go, and Christian's going to run the out. And again, look at all this pass blocking.
Look at that wall.
It's crazy.
I'm telling you, build that wall around Jay Love. He doesn't need anything else. 2 receivers. That's all I need.
Nobody's getting over that wall.
No one's getting over that wall.
And look at Dobby. Like, look at Jordan, man. Look at all this time. He just, bang. Look at the anticipation. Look where when he lets go of the ball, look at what he sees and look where he throws the ball.
Yep.
Again, he learned that from Jordan. If you see the jersey, the numbers on the back of the jersey, you're throwing that 100% of the time.
That's Aaron Rodgers 101 all day.
And Dob,
and that's about all the separation Rome needs too, right? About a yard. Give me about a yard separation. You're cooked.
That grab, dude, right there. And getting the elbow in, 1 elbow equals 2 feet. What a great job, dude. That's just wild to think about. All right, let's watch it from the end zone cam. This is a great look at the protection, man. I can't believe they called max protect on this. Like, this is playing with your food right here. Look at that. Jordan just look how comfortable, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, let's just lob it up.
I'll ask Ben Sims, just keep that head up. We don't need to wash down the side there. Just keep it just so we can protect the outside a little bit more. But Jordan Love bailed him out.
And look at where he puts that ball, where only Romeo can get to it.
Yeah, that's either a tutter or an incompletion.
Look at number 8 again. Please no. Please no. Please no.
Look at the catch, man. God, what a great job, man.
So good.
There's your dagger.
Oh, correct. Man, I would have loved to hear the radio call on that one.
We actually had it the other day.
Man.
Yeah. I've just got to be real careful. You guys know we got hit.
Sure.
We'll
do that offline.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, last play we're going to show. This is fourth quarter, 4:22 left, 3rd and 7 play. Green Bay's leading 30-13. You're going, why are you showing this? Because it's a Brenton Cox sack. We want to show it. All right. So Brenton Cox down here in a wide 9 look. And the play call is nickel 4-2-5, Tampa 2, once again with the will. So the will backer is going to cover the seam. It's Tampa 2. We're actually going to run a TT to the right as well, okay? Which means Kenny's going to go first. He's going to Devontae Wyatt's going to loop off. And our boy Brenton Cox Jr. is just going to work out of this wide 9 off the edge, man. He's just going to take care of business. Watch the TT. They're patient with it, too. Look at Kenny bust in. See it? And now you've got this one-on-one matchup. And watch our boy Brenton Cox Jr. just dog walking.
Yeah.
Great job. Oh, gosh. He's improving, boys.
That's his third sack. That's his third sack this year.
Yeah,
that's
dude,
crazy to think.
We got to shout out the beard, man. That was his pick from day one. Jacob called this one from a mile away.
The human meat missile.
Yeah,
exactly. Sure. So again, Kenny's just going to strafe across, free it up, and that gives you a one-on-one right here with Brenton Cox. Let's see what move he uses. Let's go 50% here. See if we can figure out the move real quick.
Greg Rice said here, Cox to the face of Howell right away, man.
Oh boy. All right, let's watch Cox here. All right. Keep your eye on Cox. Look at this.
You're an amazing person. You know that, don't you?
It's just a straight bull, bro.
Oh
my gosh, man. What's 67? Let's see his technique. All right. Oh no.
He was playing catch man and it didn't work out.
His kick step was garbage. You're taught get that left foot on the ground as quick as possible. Kick wide, plant. When he gets hit, watch how quick Cox comes off the line. His foot's in the air right here. You're done. You're done.
Boom, roasted.
Yeah, that running back is like, I'm getting the hell out of here. Let me get away from this. This is not good. Look at this, though. Oh, my gosh, man.
Really, that's actually what helped seal the play for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if that running back decides, hey, maybe I should help out, maybe I should chip, it might be a different story. But the running back's leaking out for a pass that's not going to ever be there, ever.
Yeah,
poor guy. That's why Matt said, block first, then worry about your route. It's more important to protect the QB.
Absolutely.
Right.
No block, no rock.
All right. That's it. That's Chalk Talk. Man, we went over, but about 10 minutes. That's all right, though, right?
Not too bad.
All right. Parting thoughts, gentlemen. I know the chat was lit up. Thank you. I wish we could engage more with the chat, but you guys see we're 10 minutes over and We didn't even hardly hit on any of the chat, but we appreciate y'all hanging out with us for sure, man. How the hell did we get through 20-some plays the other day, Tim?
I have no idea.
Like, we got through that on time. We got 13 plays here, and I want to go back and watch them again. You know what I mean? Like, crazy. But anyway, parting thoughts. What's the big takeaway after we watch the tape? Anything that you maybe didn't recognize watching the game in real time, and you go back and watch? You know what I'm saying?
I guess I came away from this game really impressed with our D line and our edge group, and then obviously our linebackers. But corner was the concern, right? Some depth issues in the secondary without Jair, and Keyshawn didn't necessarily have the best game, but he certainly didn't have a terrible game. But I thought Stokes and Valentine really stepped up in this one, and our secondary really answered the call, and that's what really allowed a lot of this pressure to get home. There was just nowhere for Seattle to go with the ball, and I think I feel a lot better moving forward, and hopefully Ja's back sooner than later. But I'm all right with Carrington Valentine being that dude until we see what's going on with Jair. And then obviously getting Javon Bullard back, hopefully in the near future here, back in the slot. That'll give us some flexibility, to play Keyshawn on that boundary, because that's definitely a good combination, CV and Keyshawn out there together with Bullard in the slot. So all in all, that's what my big takeaway was. Great defensive performance. The offense did what they always do, which is put points on the board. And I'm just happy moving forward about my guys in the secondary, feeling a lot more confident.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, offense played well, and when they didn't, the defense bailed them out. That's all it is about being a team. I think that they, the defense showed up and stepped up when they needed to. They haven't given up over 20 points besides the past 2 games against the Lions. So I think in the past 5 or 6 games, the defense has kept every team under 20. Not like they're slouches. I mean, we had Seattle, San Fran, Miami, all of them under 20. That's incredible. So, I mean, I'm happy with it. Hafley's been, building this up from the beginning. And I'm just glad that it's all starting to come together right at the right time. We got to get hot at the right time. It's starting to work out.
Definitely. Right. All right. That's it, guys. Appreciate y'all. Listen, we're waiting to hear from Lyrical Killer. All right.
Emilio, you better call your favorite rapper up and tell him to claim his prize.
Where you at, Lyrical? Where you at?
The winner of the autographed Lucas Van Ness jersey was Lyrical Killer. Okay. If he doesn't come forward, could be she, you never know. If they don't come forward, it would be Greg in Green Bay. Okay. If Greg in Green Bay doesn't come forward, it's Matrix Jackson. Okay. I'm sorry, Matrix Jackson.
Where's that picture, Tim? Will you pull that back up for me?
What's that? Which one?
That Matrix Jackson one.
All right. Anyway, so listen, one of you three, all three, whatever, reach out. Okay. This is the autographed Lucas Van Ness jersey. I don't want this to linger for very long, so let's get this taken care of. Just reach out, shoot me an email, packerstotalaccess@gmail.com, or text us 865-658-5824. And like I said, we'll run a couple checks to make sure it's you.
This man? You talking about Matrix Jackson?
That's him.
There he is. There's a guy.
So is he
was in here earlier. That was 8:45.
Got it. So I haven't seen Greg in Green Bay in here forever. You know what I mean? It's been a while. Hopefully he's all right.
There he goes. He's in here still.
Nice. All right. Good deal. So here's the deal, Matrix. The first place winner was Lyrical Killer. We haven't heard from him. Okay. And we're going to let's give it like till Friday or something. Okay. Just give him a fair chance of.
Who?
Greg in Green Bay was picked second. So he's ahead of you. We haven't heard from Greg in Green Bay. So if we don't hear from them, the jersey will go to you. So do me a favor, shoot me a text or an email. You can text 865-658-5824 or email packerstotalaccess@gmail.com. Okay. And that way, all right, we got a form of communication. If we don't hear from the other two, then we'll give the jersey to you. Okay. That's how that works. Again, they actually won. Lyrical Killer won. Greg in Green Bay won. And then it was you. So, yeah, cool. Just shoot me, like I said, shoot me a message, man. That's it. We're out of here. Talked enough. Thank you, guys. This was awesome. No show tomorrow. I'm so sorry, y'all. Like I said, going out of town, there's no way we can make it work. We might not even have good service up there in the mountains. But I will be back on Thursday. We should be in time to do an evening show Thursday. That's the plan, okay? And we'll get right back on track. The game isn't until Monday, so it's kind of like we're taking an extra day off like the team did. Now, if Emilio and Tim, you guys want to do one, I can set it up. But if you guys want to take a day off too, I completely understand. So,
Cool. We'll do like the Packers, right? They're not practicing until Thursday, so take a day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let Emilio,
Well,
clean up the race car bed a little bit, put some air in the tires.
Need to buff it.
iRock says W stream. Ron Sample, thanks. That's great work, Clayton. Thanks. I appreciate you, buddy. Chris, amazing show. Glad you guys enjoyed it. Fred McFarley, thank you, buddy. He says Seahawks should burn the tape. I completely agree with that. And Joyce Martha, thanks, Clayton, Tim, Emilio. Thank y'all so much. This was awesome. We're out of here. We'll see y'all Thursday. Everybody have a great day tomorrow. Bye.
And we go. We out.
Bye, guys.